we were talking earlier just about our influences. I am what you call a reflection of my influence, and I am a product of my environment. Growing up, I was open to a lot of different styles, sounds. I attended a performing arts academy at one point in my life, which opened me up to all different kinds of people. With that said, when I first started making music, there was no YouTube. We were saying.
Yeah. It's not what it is now at all.
And so when I first discovered YouTube, the first things I would look up wasn't Ass Cash, you know what I mean? Which we was talking about earlier. But I looked up some of my favorite artists in practice, or rare interviews, or rare footage, just to really kind of see things that weren't really available for me up until YouTube was around. And when I was younger, I always thought Michael Jackson was the pinnacle of anything in music. And then I discovered YouTube, and Michael always still was the pinnacle, but I also realized that there's different kinds of greatness. There's different kinds of ways to be special. No one person embodies all of what is special. And that's what really makes, this thing we have called life so dope, is because, there's a style, there's a place for every style. There's a crown for every king and queen, And, I started to discover different people, like Marvin Gaye was one of them, Stevie. And I realized that a lot of the music that was available for me really didn't even embody all of what they offered. And it just was a really eye-opening and awakening experience for me as an artist, because one day I'm on there, I'm looking up Marvin Gaye, and this video pops up of a tour advertisement for a tour that he was going out on. And the brother comes out into an empty theater. It's just him, and then it's just a big grand piano. And he sits up, he pulls up to the grand piano, and he just starts playing classical music. But then he starts to add in his lyric to this classical composition that he's creating. And I realized that I never even knew he could do that. And it just made me feel almost like the moment you realize that you've never stepped off of your porch. So you don't even really know what the world feels or smells or sounds like. And that was one of the moments where I just realized that I knew I had something more to me to offer to people. So I picked up an instrument, and that first instrument was the guitar.
Right. Which, ladies and gentlemen, you see the guitar here.
Yeah. I brought my guitar with me.
And that's how we started this conversation to begin with.
Yeah. And you asked me, how did I get into the guitar? Well, discovering him was one of them, but the real story behind it, I'll tell y'all. I was creating King of Hearts album. Yeah. And I was going through this transition, right? I cut my hair for cancer, for Locks of Love. I went through about a 2-year period where I just stopped smoking weed because I was in Lloyd, Southside. I smoke weed every day.
Right. Yeah.
Right, but I stopped smoking weed for about a good 2 years, man. And there was a girl that I had this big crush on for years and years and years, and she was in LA. And we wasn't kicking it or nothing, but we was just friends.
Was she 5'2" or 5'2"?
They should have put that on the presidential ballot. Donald Trump, Hillary Clinton, 5'2" or 5'2". Vote now.
No. I had to throw that one in there. I had to get it in there.
So I'm over at the crib, and I'm sitting back, and y'all won't believe it, but they in there baking weed brownies, right? And some kind of way, one of the brownies fell in my mouth.
It happens.
It happens, man.
It happens. Life, real
right?
life, man.
Brownie falls in my mouth perfectly. Yeah. Okay?
Yeah.
All right? I don't even think I had a chance to swallow or chew it. It just digested, right?
Yeah.
Starts to kick in about a few minutes later, man, and she goes and picks up a guitar. And I never saw her play this guitar before. And she starts to play these chords. And I just felt like, damn, you are beautiful. You know what I mean? It was just like a cool little moment that happens when weed brownies fall in.
Right. When it...
And however, I'm like, can you teach me what you're doing? And she sat there, and we sat there maybe for 2 hours until she taught me how to place my fingers, and it was the hardest thing.
On the guitar?
On the guitar, that was right-handed, by the way.
Oh.
And I'm left-handed.
Yeah.
So she's teaching me backwards, and I'm sitting there just determined because, the brownie fell in my mouth.
Right. Focused.
Right? And the next day I go out and I buy a guitar. However, I bought the wrong kind of guitar.
Okay.
I bought a wide neck classical guitar.
Y'all know what that means?
I
don't know what that means.
It's not. That means that a regular guitar might be this wide on the neck.
Okay.
The guitar I bought was like this wide on the neck. You know,
so it's called a wide neck.
Are more spaced out.
Okay.
It's harder to control.
Okay.
But anyway, I play with this guitar every day until I got those chords down, and then it took me another year of blistering fingertips to actually be able to play them without looking at the guitar. Mm-hmm. And then it took me maybe another few months to be able to just have the courage to play it in front of someone without any singing. Now, I wasn't that good yet. And then it took me another few months to be able to actually sing a little bit and play it and not look at it.